welcome back to another video inside of my YouTube channel. In this one, I'm going to be talking to you all about the Instagram algorithm for 2022. Now, I'm going to be breaking down what is actually happening with Instagram right now, how you can start to work alongside the algorithm to be able to get the best results, and also giving you 7 different tips or tactics and strategies which are going to enable you to start proactively taking steps and gaining momentum on the platform so you can start to build your following, generate more engagement, and at the end of it, generate more business. Now, this video is actually being done off the back of hearing or watching a video from the head of Instagram, and I'll link that in the description below so you can go and check it out. The message, to really sum it up, is something which we kind of already knew anyway if you've been using Instagram for quite a while now. And it's the big announcement that they have moved primarily from a photo sharing app to wanting to be a video app. Now, this has really come off the back of the explosion of TikTok and trying to gain some of the market share back from that platform. But in reality, it doesn't really mean that much to us unless we can actually then do something about it. And inside of this, what I want to take you through is kind of a breakdown of how you can start to leverage the fact that we know it. I see so many videos online of people talking about this stuff, but not really giving you anything practical. And for me, this channel is about giving you everything that you need to know to be able to start taking advantage. So if you are liking any of my content that I've produced over the last few weeks, there's more of it to come. All you need to do for me is hit that like button. Please smash that like button. I'd be so grateful. It helps push these videos further, and also then subscribe for me so you don't miss out on any of the new content that I've got coming up. Now, Instagram for a long time has been all about the amount of time you can keep your followers on the platform consuming your content. That is what pushes your account further. That's how you trend. That's how you gain attention. But actually, there's some things that you really need to make sure that you've got right first so you can actually be as efficient as possible. But quite frankly, we know this by now. The more engagement that you get, the more followers you'll start to gain. And what we're now going to deep dive into is how you can start to do that in the most effective manner. Now, the first tip that I've got for you, the first tactic, the first strategy, isn't something that's particularly sexy, but it is crucial to your success on this platform. I cannot tell you the amount of people that have this so completely wrong. And then when they drop me a message to say, why is my account not performing? We take a first look and the actions are actually immediately clear. And it comes down to, number 1, profile optimization. Now, as you look at my screen here, what you're going to see is a profile, my profile, so to speak. And this profile is optimized in the right way for what I'm looking to use it for. But ultimately, what you need to ask yourself is, are you a profile that's actually worth following right now? This is something that's sometimes quite difficult to come to terms with. But if you're not willing to follow you, why would anyone else? And there's certain elements of your profile makeup, and I'm not going to do a complete deep dive in profile optimization, if I can get my words out. I'm not going to do a deep dive now. I'm going to do that in another video. But there are certain elements here which cause people to hit the follow button, and they have done for a number of years. The first thing is positioning statements. Now, positioning statements are done in your bio. And for me here, I'm showcasing that I'm a co-founder of 2 different companies. If you click into those pages, you'll see what they do. I'm then telling people what it is that I do. So I'm a social media and social selling specialist. Again, another positioning statement, but the most important bit is the bit that comes after that. 125 million in online sales and counting from ourselves and from our clients. Follow me to find out how you can do the same. Now, my call to action drives people to a YouTube video, probably this YouTube video that you're watching now, and this then delivers even more value. I want to become someone that people remember for the specialist industry that I'm a part of, whether it's social media, Instagram, LinkedIn, social selling, whatever it is. I'm creating content so you remember me whenever this comes up in conversation. This is literally how I've built my businesses over the last 4 years, from being the person that's always top of mind. And this is something that you can do as well. So your action from this first step, everything that I do is practical. Make sure that you've got a pen and notepad handy so you can take notes on this. But your first action is to take a look at your profile and ask yourself, is it something that you would follow if you didn't know who you are right now? Does it clearly communicate what it is that you do and why you're somebody that people should pay attention to? If it doesn't, then you probably need to do some work on it. Step number 1, complete. Step number 2 is all about the content that you need to be creating. Now, Adam has actually come out and said this. Again, the link is in the description if you want to watch the video. It's about a minute long. It's actually a reel. Ironically, that's now what I'm going to talk to you about. The second thing comes down to your content. Now, I've fallen foul of this. I've made this mistake. I've missed out on a huge opportunity because my attention's been elsewhere. But you may have noticed right now that Instagram, now more than ever, has become a video platform. It's actually become a short form video platform. Instagram Reels are something that people have spoken about for such a long time now, about 6 or 7 months, which is an eternity on social media. But there is now a second land grab. There is now a second opportunity. And if you are not creating Reels, then you need to start to give them a go. But you need to do them in your own way. And there's certain things that I'm going to cover inside of this, which are going to start to give you a better opportunity. Because even if you actually have a look at your timeline right now, you're going to see that probably every 3 to 4 posts on there are Instagram Reels. They now have their own section on Instagram, if you didn't know this already. They are driving traffic to short form video because that is their objective. They are seeing more people spending time on the platforms where short form video is a priority. TikTok is now the most used social media platform for the amount of time people spend per sitting. I was only doing it last night, sitting there aimlessly scrolling on TikTok. I must have spent an hour on it without even knowing. That isn't an hour-long video. That is about 50 to 60 different videos that I've watched in that hour. Instagram are now trying to do the same. And if you want to get the most efficient results, it's not the only way to get traction on the platform. But if you want to get efficient results, then you need to understand how to play the game. And short form video is exactly how you go about doing that. Now, to take that a little bit further, it takes us on to our third step. And that is, how do you actually find out what reels you should be posting? How do you find out what content you should be posting? And this comes down to whether you've actually going to put enough effort into this to get it right, because knowing what to create in content comes from doing research. You don't have to create something new all the time. Heck, if I'm watching a Mr. Beast YouTube video, the latest one, the top performing one, is actually a reincarnation of the Squid Games. He's got millions and millions and millions and millions of views from literally recreating something that was on Netflix. He didn't do anything new. He took something that had performed extremely well. He jumped on a trend, which is something that I'm going to talk to you about in a minute. He put the video live and it has gone absolutely mental. You need to do the same with your reels. So again, just a simple thing that I do. I'm going to give her a bit of a shout out. She doesn't even know that I follow her, I don't think. But if I bring up Elena on here, or Ellie, again, her profile, I think, is absolutely fantastic with what she does. She is all about giving value. And for me, what I'd be looking at if I was in the fitness niche, especially an online coach in the fitness niche, is looking at what Ellie does, because she does this absolutely brilliantly well. And you can see on here, there are high performing reels and there are low performing reels. What you want to be looking at are the ones that are high performing on her page, and then you can look to recreate your own versions. There are hundreds of reels on here, but you can see here 68,000 and then 216,000. You want to start looking into this reel and what is it that makes it so effective? Is it the way that the music's being put in behind the background? Is it a voiceover? Is it the way that she's transitioning through the meals that she's done? Is it that she's using text really well? Has she got a long caption? Start to look at this and break down what has done really, really well. And then from there, you can then look to recreate your own version, but make it better. Now, you might not get the traction that Ellie does, but ultimately you're going to put yourself in a good stead because you know people enjoy this form of content because it's done well on another page. Once you start creating content on a consistent basis, you can then have a look at your own content performance on your own profile. And this is what I've been doing on my YouTube and also on my Instagram and my LinkedIn. look at what's done well, and then recreate different versions of that so you can maintain the timeline positioning that you've currently got. Gone are the days where you can simply post and hope. You need to post with purpose. And from there, you can then start to gain the leverage that you're looking for. The next tactic, the next strategy, the next tip that I'm going to give you is all about jumping on trends. Now, this is something that, again, is not new, but it's something that I don't hear many people talking about. There is such a big opportunity out there to jump on content, which is the moment, which is something which is going to gain immediate traction. You'll see this on TikTok, you'll see this on Instagram, you'll see it on there. There are certain trends that happen. And at that point, you want to be able to create your own version. When I think back at this, the biggest ones were the dancing videos on Instagram. Now, I'm not a dancer. Well, I have my dad dancing, but that's as good as it bloody gets. I'm not a mimer. I don't want to do that. I'm not very good at it. I wouldn't even know the first place into how. But ultimately, if you can do that sort of stuff, again, there's certain people that I'll link inside the description that do this really, really well. You can also link that with providing education and gain the traction that you're looking for. However, if you're like me and don't like doing that stuff, you can use the trend songs and then actually do your actual content pieces, which could be like me, which is just speaking and giving education out there to be able to deliver it. Or you can do it in another way. And rather than looking for trend-setting videos, you can look for trend-setting topics. Now, this video has come off the back of Adam, the head of Instagram, doing a video talking about the algorithm. I know people are going to be probably searching for the answers to this stuff. Now, I create a video on that trend because people are looking for the answer. Hopefully, if I get my algorithm work right, if I get my titling right, if I get my tagging right, whether it's on Instagram, whether it's on YouTube, I should get the traction because it's a topic of the day. I challenge you, another task for you to go away and do, what is happening in your industry right now that you can publicly talk about? If you're in the fitness industry, is there a fad diet? If you're in the network marketing industry, is there a new product that you can talk about that people are interested in? If you're an online coach, what is happening in your space right now that you can talk about? If you're in property, whatever it is, what is going on inside your industry that you can go out there and talk about? Jump on the trends to get the traction. And from there, if your profile is optimized in the right way, that's when you're going to start to get the momentum that you're looking for. The next thing to add on that, number 5, I think we're on now, is when you're creating content, come from a place of value. Now, what I mean by this is what I've seen for a long period of time on this platform, and I'm not going to name and shame, you probably know who you are if you're watching this, but you're creating content with zero substance. You're creating content because you've been told that creating content is a good thing to do. That will not get you anywhere as a creator. Creating content has never become more important when it comes to building brand, building awareness, and being positioned as an authority in your target market. To be able to do that, you need to showcase your knowledge, but most importantly, you need to proactively move your viewer, your audience member, your follower, your subscriber from a position where they're in now forward to the next step. Now, when I'm recording videos, the first thing that I look to do is actually think about where my subscribers and followers are and actually ask the questions, what do they need to know to be able to take the next step forward? I then take it another step further and I go, right, this is what they need to know. How do they then go about doing it? I'm not afraid to give you how-to content. I'm not afraid to show you how I do my research, how I apply the skyscraper model to be able to create content that's better than the original version that somebody else has created. I'm not afraid of it. I'm publicly talking about it because I know that if I can tell you what to do, but then more importantly, show you how to do it, you're then going to keep coming back for more. That is brand building. That is the fundamental principle of how you stay top of mind and then how you generate business. So a prime example of someone that I've done this with before is a property investor. Somebody that is actually looking to find deals for people. To be able to demonstrate credibility, what I've had them do is record a video of showing them how they stack their deals, like how they do their numbers, how they find their deals, and then how they work out whether it's something to go for or not. they've done a video which basically vlogs them going through that journey. That video has completely flown. It's blown up because it's practical and it shows people how they can go about doing things. It's something that's valuable. It's something that's going to be shared. And it's something that you need to do if you want to take your content further. Now, content is important. We know this. We've been told this time and time again. However, there's something else which you then need to do, and that is engage. As we move into step number 6, I believe we're on now, engagement is so important. Not the engagement that you get, it's the engagement that you give. And there's 2 elements in the ways that you can do it. Number 1, and this is the first thing I'm going to be talking to you about, is engagement on the newsfeed. Now, I engage in 2 ways. I've done a video how I do this on LinkedIn, which, again, you can apply the same principles on Instagram. So go and watch that video. I'll put it at the end of this video so you can watch it afterwards. But my engagement routine is 5, 10, 15 minutes while I'm on the treadmill, and I break it down into 3 pots. The first pot is the most important one. It's building community. So I will go and see people that are following me. And if I believe my content will help them, I'm going to go and start build a relationship with them. So I'm going to go to their content and I'm going to leave a comment on it. It's really simple. I will find them and I'll leave a meaningful comment, which then triggers them to go, who's that person that's left me a comment? They'll then view my profile and they'll go, oh, it's Chris. What's he posted recently? And normally what happens is they'll then reciprocate. For me, it's so simple, but it's genius and something that everybody neglects. Building community is how you get more engagement. Ironically, if you engage, you'll then get more people coming to view your content. That'll give you more engagement. That'll give you more followers. It's so simple. But again, everybody seems to neglect it. Maybe not everybody. The majority of people seem to neglect it. Now, again, I habit stack it. I do it on the treadmill, 5, 10, 15 minutes a day, just drop into meaningful comments. That builds a relationship and then happens to actually get that reciprocated back on my own content further on down the line. Engage with other people, build your community. The second bit is how I then gain new followers from it. So I will go out there and I will find big accounts or accounts that have got my ideal target market on, and then I will go and leave meaningful comments on them. I will actually do another video on this of how I do it on Instagram. But if you go to my LinkedIn video, you will see how I do it. I've got a practical demonstration on there for you. I don't want to do it again. There's literally no point. Go and watch that video. But I go and engage on large accounts that have got my ideal audience following them. I'll go and leave a comment on the big accounts post. And what happens is, because I'm leaving my opinion, other people see it, they then come to my profile. Engagement is how you generate more engagement, which generates you more followers. That's exactly how this game works. The second part to engagement is engagement in direct messages. Now, the majority of you watching this video will probably have received a message from me at some point letting you know that there is a video live on my YouTube channel. I know how much value there is inside of these videos. And therefore, what I want people to do is come and watch them, because then if they find value and they get progress, they'll keep coming back for more. By the way, if you are finding value, could you please hit that like button? I hate to beg for them, but it really, really does push these videos further. And please subscribe for me, because I want to make sure that you're getting more and more content every single week like this to help you move forward. But engaging in direct messages is all about providing more value. Most people get this wrong. Most people either don't send them, or when they do, they're just looking to selfishly get something out of it. Hey, would you mind looking at this for me and giving me your opinion on this? Hey, look, this is my product. Would you like to buy this? Hey, this is my website. Would you mind coming and checking this out? How about no, go away, not interested. However, some of you may have received my message making you aware of my videos. I've wished you a happy Christmas, because that's the time that this video is being released. I've asked how you are and what you're up to gain a little bit of attraction of who you are, because I am interested in you. I want to know what you're doing. And then what I basically said is, here is something that's going to provide you loads of value if you're interested in this topic. And then I asked for a favor at the end. Could you subscribe if you find value from it? That's it. My message is so simple, but it's not spammy. It's not salesy. Actually, it's here to provide more value to you than actually I'm going to get back. My messaging process is all about building brand, staying top of mind. So when you experience the problems that I solve, I'm the person that you think of to come and find the answer from. Engagement in direct messages is key. I, again, have that habit when I'm on the treadmill in the morning, I do my comments, and then I'll send my 25 messages a day, and I'm good to go. That momentum will build your brand for you. It's so simple, but again, people just don't seem to do it. Now, the final thing to wrap it up, the bonus, so to speak, is probably the most important part. Everything that I've spoken to you about inside of this video is useful, I hope. If it is, let me know in the comments. If you've got any questions, again, drop me a direct message or drop me a comment. I'm here to help you wherever I can. But you've just got to start showing up. I was having a conversation with a lady yesterday on Instagram, and you know what? She's just in her own way. She doesn't want to look like a muppet. She doesn't want to look like an idiot. But I promise you, you will not if you follow what I've said inside this video. Just start. If you're afraid of putting video content out there, send it to me. I'll give you some feedback. I've done this time and time again. If you want me to review your profile, send me the link. I will find time to do it, or one of my team will. It's what we do day in, day out. This stuff is so crucial to you building your brand. I'm here to help you build your brand. There is such a big opportunity out there right now, but you've just got to start doing it. Start engaging, start sending direct messages, get your profile right, start putting reels out there, one a day. It does not take that long to do this. I've sat here today for about an hour putting this video together. I've done a bit of planning. I've then actually recorded the video. I've got to do a little bit of editing. I've done the thumbnail and it's out on YouTube, providing value to you, spreading my brand message far and wide. This is so, so important and such a big opportunity. You've just got to start showing up. And then once you start, make it a habit. Be disciplined. Remove the element of choice. Just do it. It takes 20 minutes a day to gain real momentum. You do this for a year, I promise you it will change your life. It is insane, the opportunity that's out there right now on this platform. The changes are happening for us, not against us. They are here for us to be able to gain momentum. And for me, if you can just do this every single day, honestly, the way in which your brand will be in a year's time is completely game-changing. I hope this video has been helpful. If it has, again, please leave a like, drop a comment, hit that subscribe button. There's going to be more and more videos every single week breaking down the latest news, the latest changes, the latest tactics, strategies, and advice for you to be able to take your brand to the next step. I hope it's been helpful. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.